GF prioritizes friends over me on her birthday, so I scrapped our beach escape. I'm a regular guy, 30 years old, and I've been with my girl, let's call her Jessica, for about 8 months now. She's 24, young, fun-loving, but man, she's got a tight grip on her high school crew. They're like the council of elders in her life, and their word carries more weight than mine, apparently. It all started when we bumped into each other at some work gig a year back. We clicked, and after a bit of chasing, she finally agreed to give us a shot. Little did I know I was auditioning for the role of her boyfriend, and her friends were the judges. Jessica's got this posse from high school, and let me tell you, they're like a clique straight out of a teen drama, always in each other's business, always making decisions together, and always prioritizing their squad over everything else. At first I found it cute, but now it's starting to feel like a third wheel in our relationship. So, fast forward to her birthday, right? I thought I'd blow her mind with this beach getaway she's been yapping about forever. I had it all planned out, spa sessions, the works. But oh no, she drops the bombshell that she'd rather get wasted with her high school crew than spend a romantic weekend with me. I mean, seriously? I put all this effort into planning something special, and she's choosing beer pong over beach sunsets? It stung, man, it really did. But I tried to be the understanding boyfriend, you know? Tried to reason with her, but it's like talking to a brick wall. And then she pulls the rug out from under me by acting all surprised when I cancel the trip. Like, hello? You told me you'd rather be with your friends, but instead of owning up to it, she goes all drama queen on me, blaming me for ruining her birthday. I tried to explain, I really did, but she just wouldn't have it. She accused me of being immature and selfish, like I'm the bad guy here. It's like she's got blinders on, only seeing what she wants to see. And her friends? Don't even get me started on them. They're like her personal cheer squad, hyping her up and turning me into the villain. So now here I am, feeling like I got sucker punched on her birthday, and she's acting like nothing's wrong. I can't shake this feeling of being sidelined, like I'm not even part of her equation anymore. And the worst part? I'm torn between wanting to fix things and not wanting to grovel to someone who can't even see my side of things. It's a mess, man, a total mess. So there I was, feeling like I'd been tossed into the doghouse with no way out. But being the stand-up guy I am, I tried to keep it together. I mean, it's not like I'm new to relationship drama, right? But this was like stepping into a whole new level of messed up. I thought maybe if I gave her some space, she'd come to her senses. But nah, she rolls in like nothing's wrong, all smiles and giggles, telling me about her wild night with her crew like it's the best thing since sliced bread. And there I am, sitting across from her, feeling like I got hit by a truck. I tried to muster up the courage to tell her how I felt, but every time I opened my mouth, it's like my words got stuck in my throat. I mean, how do you tell someone you love that they hurt you without sounding like a total wimp? But then, just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, she pulls out her phone like she's got a trump card or something. And there it is, staring me in the face like a slap in the gut VDJ, a text confirming the cancellation of our beach trip, complete with a refund notice. I swear I could feel the blood draining from my face as she shoved that phone in my direction, demanding answers like I'm the one who messed up. But hey, I'm not one to back down from a fight, so I laid it all out for her, plain and simple. I told her straight up that I canceled the trip because she made it crystal clear she'd rather be with her buddies than me. And you know what she does? She flips it around on me like I'm the bad guy for trying to do something nice for her. I tried to keep my cool, I really did. But when she started throwing around accusations and insults like confetti, something inside me snapped. I mean, here I am, bending over backward to make her happy, and she's treating me like I'm some kind of inconvenience. But I'm not a doormat, you know? I stood my ground, told her she needed to take a long, hard look in the mirror before she started pointing fingers at me. And yeah, maybe I could have handled it better, but damn it, I'm only human. So she storms out in a huff, leaving me alone with my thoughts and a sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. And as I watch her go, part of me wonders if maybe I'm better off without her. But then, the other part VDJ, the part that still loves her despite it all, VDJ, can't help but hope she'll come to her senses and realize what she's throwing away. But hey, who knows? Maybe pigs will fly tomorrow, right? So, there I am, drowning in a sea of uncertainty, wondering where it all went wrong. And let me tell you, it's like trying to navigate a maze blindfolded. But I'm not one to wallow in self-pity, so I try to distract myself with whatever I can find. I bury myself in work, spend hours at the gym, anything to keep my mind off her and the mess we've made. But no matter how hard I try, she's always there, lurking in the shadows of my thoughts like a ghost I can't shake. And then, just when I think I've reached my breaking point, she shows up on my doorstep, bearing gifts like she's the prodigal daughter returning home. And I got to admit, part of me wants to slam the door in her face and tell her to take a hike. But another part, VDJ, the stupid, lovesick part, VJ, can't help but hope this might be the turning point we've been waiting for. She stands there, all doe-eyed and apologetic, like she's got the weight of the world on her shoulders. And maybe she does, but that doesn't change the fact that she's the one who put us in this mess in the first place. But hey, I'm not one to hold a grudge, so I let her in, against my better judgment. And before I know it, she's spilling her guts, telling me about how she's seen the error of her ways and wants to make things right. And I gotta admit, part of me wants to believe her, to wrap her in my arms and pretend like none of this ever happened. But another part, VDJ, the cynical, jaded part, VDJ, can't help but wonder if this is just another act in her never-ending drama. But I push those thoughts aside, focus on the here and now. Because deep down, I still love her, despite everything she's put me through. And maybe, just maybe, this could be our chance to start over, to put the past behind us and build something real. But then again, maybe not. Only time will tell, I guess. So there I am, caught in this whirlwind of emotions, trying to make sense of it all. And let me tell you, it's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. But hey, I'm not one to back down from a challenge, so I roll up my sleeves and dive headfirst into the chaos. I sit there listening to her spill her guts, and part of me wants to believe her. Wants to believe that she's turned over a new leaf and that we can put this whole mess behind us. But another part, VDJ, the part that's been burned too many times to count, VDJ, can't help but wonder if she's just playing me for a fool. But I push those doubts aside, focus on the here and now, because deep down I still love her, despite all the hurt and betrayal. And maybe, just maybe, this could be our chance to start fresh, to wipe the slate clean and build something real. So I take her hand in mine, look into her eyes, and tell her that I'm willing to give us another shot. And for a moment, it's like time stands still, like the whole world is holding its breath, waiting to see what happens next. But then, reality comes crashing back in, and I realize that this is just the beginning of our journey. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, but as long as we're together, I know we can weather any storm. And yeah, maybe I'm a fool for believing in second chances, for trusting someone who's already broken my heart once before. But hey, love makes fools of us all, right? And if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that I'm willing to risk it all for a shot at happiness. So here's to us, to love, and to the crazy roller coaster ride that lies ahead. Let's make it count. So there we were, navigating this minefield of emotions, trying to find our way back to each other. And let me tell you, it was like walking on eggshells, never knowing when the next bombshell would drop. But hey, I'm not one to give up easily, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. So I throw caution to the wind, dive headfirst into the unknown, and pray to the heavens above that this time things will be different. We spend our days tiptoeing around each other, trying to rebuild what we once had. And for a while it seems like maybe VDJ, just maybe VDJ, we're on the right track. But then, like a bolt from the blue, reality comes crashing back in, threatening to tear us apart once again. She starts acting distant, cold, like I'm nothing more than an inconvenience in her perfectly curated world. And let me tell you, it stings like a slap in the face, watching her drift further and further away with each passing day. But hey, I'm not one to go down without a fight. So I confront her, lay it all out on the table, and demand answers. And you know what she does? She laughs VDJ, actually laughs VDJ, like my pain is some kind of sick joke. And in that moment, I realize that maybe I've been fooling myself all along, believing in a love that was never truly there. But hey, live and learn, right? And if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that I won't let her drag me down with her. So here's to moving on, to finding happiness on my own terms, and to never looking back. So, there I am, standing at a crossroads, unsure of which path to take. And let me tell you, it's like trying to navigate a maze with no map and no compass. But hey, I'm not one to shy away from a challenge, so I square my shoulders, lift my chin, and take the first step into the great unknown. I spend my days focusing on myself, rediscovering who I am outside of this toxic relationship. And you know what? It feels damn good. I hit the gym, pick up old hobbies, and reconnect with friends I'd lost touch with along the way. And let me tell you, it's like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, like I can finally breathe again after being suffocated for so long. But hey, I'm not one to dwell on the past, so I keep moving forward, one step at a time. And as the days turn into weeks, and the weeks into months, I realize that I'm stronger than I ever thought possible. I may have been knocked down, but I refuse to stay down. Because hey, I'm not one to let a little heartbreak define me. So here's to new beginnings, to finding happiness on my own terms, and to never settling for anything less than I deserve. Because hey, I'm not one to give up easily VDJ, not now, not ever. And if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that the best is yet to come. So here I am, standing on the precipice of a new chapter in my life, and let me tell you, it's like staring into the abyss, VDJ, terrifying, yet strangely exhilarating. But hey, I'm not one to shy away from a challenge, so I square my shoulders, take a deep breath, and leap into the great unknown. I spend my days chasing my dreams, pursuing passions I'd long forgotten in the chaos of my failed marriage. And you know what? It feels liberating, like breaking free from the chains that have bound me for so long. But hey, I'm not one to dwell on the past, so I keep pushing forward, one step at a time. And as the days turn into weeks, and the weeks into months, I find myself growing stronger with each passing day. I may have been knocked down, but I refuse to stay down. Because hey, I'm not one to let a little heartbreak define me. So here's to new beginnings, to forging my own path, and to never settling for anything less than I deserve. Because hey, I'm not one to give up easily VDJ, not now, not ever. And if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that the best is yet to come. So as I'm navigating this new chapter of my life, I stumble upon something unexpected VDJ, a glimmer of hope in the form of a chance encounter. It happens one sunny afternoon as I'm out running errands, lost in my thoughts. I round a corner and nearly collide with a woman who's rushing in the opposite direction. We both stop short, our eyes locking for a brief moment, and I swear time stands still. She's beautiful, with eyes that sparkle like diamonds, and a smile that could light up the darkest of nights. And in that instant I'm captivated, drawn to her like a moth to a flame. We exchange awkward apologies, and before I know it, we're engaged in conversation. She's funny, smart, and refreshingly down-to-earth VDJ, everything my ex-wife wasn't. And as we talk, I find myself opening up to her in a way I haven't with anyone else in a long time. We spend the rest of the afternoon together, exploring the city and getting to know each other better. And with each passing moment, I feel myself falling harder and harder for her. But hey, I'm not one to rush into things, especially after everything I've been through. So I take it slow, savoring every moment we share and letting things unfold naturally. And as the days turn into weeks and the weeks into months, I find myself happier than I've been in a long time. She brings out the best in me, lifts me up when I'm feeling down, and reminds me that love is worth fighting for. So here's to second chances, to unexpected encounters, and to never giving up on love. Because, hey, I'm not one to let past heartbreaks dictate my future. And if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that this time, things are different. This time, I've found someone who makes me believe in happily ever afters again. So there I was, basking in the glow of this newfound love, when life decided to throw me another curveball VDJ, a blast from the past that I never saw coming. It happens one evening as I'm cozied up on the couch with my new flame, watching a cheesy rom-com and sharing a tub of popcorn. My phone buzzes with an incoming call, and I glance at the screen, surprised to see my ex-wife's name flashing across it. I hesitate for a moment, unsure of whether to answer, but ultimately curiosity gets the better of me. I pick up the phone, bracing myself for whatever she has to say. And let me tell you, what she says catches me completely off guard. She's sobbing, barely able to get the words out, and I can hear the desperation in her voice as she begs for forgiveness. She tells me she made a mistake, that she regrets everything that happened between us, and that she wants to make things right. But hey, I'm not one to be fooled twice, especially not by someone who's already broken my heart once before. So I listen to her pleas with a heavy heart. But deep down, I know that I can't go back to the way things were. Because hey, I'm not one to forget the pain and betrayal that she put me through. But as I hang up the phone and turn back to my new flame, I feel a sense of peace wash over me. Because hey, I'm not one to dwell on the past VDJ, not when I have a future filled with endless possibilities stretched out before me. So here's to moving forward, to leaving the past where it belongs, and to embracing the love that's right in front of me. Because hey, I'm not one to let old wounds hold me back VDJ. Not when there's so much happiness waiting to be discovered. And if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that this time I'm going to hold on to it with everything I've got. So here I am, standing at the crossroads of my past and my future, grappling with the weight of my decisions and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. It's been a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs, twists and turns. But through it all, I've learned one important lesson: that I am stronger than I ever thought possible. And as I reflect on everything that's brought me to this moment, I can't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the journey VDJ, the heartaches that shaped me, the setbacks that propelled me forward, and the love that sustained me through it all. But hey, I'm not one to dwell on the past, so I turn my gaze toward the horizon, where the promise of a new beginning awaits. I take a deep breath, steeling myself for whatever challenges may come my way, and I step boldly into the unknown, ready to embrace whatever the future has in store. Because hey, I'm not one to shy away from a challenge, VDJ, not when I've come this far, and not when I know that the best is yet to come. So here's to new beginnings, to second chances, and to the unwavering belief that no matter what life throws at me, I'll always come out stronger on the other side. Because hey, I'm not one to let a little adversity stand in the way of my happiness, VDJ. Not now, not ever. And if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that the best is yet to come. And so, as the sun sets on this chapter of my life, I find myself filled with a sense of peace and contentment that I never thought possible. Sure, there were moments of pain and heartache along the way, but they were merely stepping stones on the path to finding true happiness. I look back on the journey with gratitude, knowing that every twist and turn, every triumph and tribulation has led me to this moment, VDJ, a moment of clarity, of self-discovery, of unbridled joy. And as I stand here, surrounded by the love and support of those who have stood by me through it all, I can't help but feel a sense of awe at the resilience of the human spirit. Because hey, I'm not one to let life's challenges hold me back, VDJ. Not when I know that I am capable of overcoming anything that comes my way. So here's to the future, VDJ, to the adventures that await, the dreams that beckon, and the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Because hey, I'm not one to dwell on the past, VDJ, not when there's so much life left to be lived and so much love left to be shared. And as I take my first steps into this new chapter, I do so with a heart full of hope and a soul ablaze with possibility. Because hey, I'm not one to let a little thing like heartbreak define me, VDJ, not when I know that the best is yet to come.